So let's rank my favorite songs by Canadian country babe Shania Twain. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D. Today I'm going to give you another ranking, and this time it's Shania Twain songs. Now, like with most my music rankings, I'm ranking singles only. Now, growing up listening to country in the mid-90s, this Canadian gal came on the tube, and I was taken over by her looks and her music. Wow, this gal hell. Well, this gal had some pretty big success from the mid-90s into the early 2000s, and believe me, she had some pretty big selling albums, including 1995's The Woman in Me and 1997's Come On Over. Yes, now, before I go into this ranking, I picked 15 singles, so before I go into this ranking, let me give some honorable mentions to You Win My Love, No One Needs to Know, let's see here, hang on a second, That Don't Impress Me Much, Come On Over, and She's Not Just a Pretty Face. So now, if you are ready, let's do this. And here we go. Number 15 is Man, I Feel Like a Woman. Whew. Yeah, that's a pretty darn good title, huh, folks? Anyway, this was released as the... Oh boy, this is hard to explain. There were so many singles released from this. This was released from Come On Over. Let's see. This was actually originally released as the 7th single overall, but it would be the 6th in the US, I believe. Wait. No, wait. No, the 7th. It's the 7th single. My mistake. And 8th overall. My mistake. Anyway, this song here, of course, was written by Shania and her husband at the time, which was Robert John Mutt Lang. The song did pretty well in what have you, and it's well known for its popular video, which was paid homage to Robert Palmer's Addicted to Love video, as well as Tone Loc's Wild Thing. Yeah, you probably knew them, what have you. And let me tell you, this was really something. This was pretty much of a, well, song with some kick in it, what have you. This song would also later be used in various pop culture, especially in the movie Crossroads, and Molly Shannon did a Christmas spoof form of this in the Santa Claus 2. This was used in various commercials as well as for a little commercial Shania did for the liquid lipid. I think that was from, I can't remember. Was it from? It could have been from L'Oreal or Almay or hell, I don't remember. But this song's pretty good and what have you. I don't get to hear it a whole lot, but it's pretty good. Number 14 is I'm Gonna Get You Good. Releases the first single from 2002's Up, which eventually marked a big comeback for her. The song eventually put her back on the scene after having some misses from her last album. But anyway, the song managed to reach 7. This, as I forgot to say, Man, I Feel Like a Woman reached 4, so I apologize. And that, of course, went on to become a double platinum single. Now, anyway, this song, of course, was just so pumped up and what have you. I gotta say, it's a pretty good song. I just don't approve of it being cut down. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? Should have been cut down for the radio and what have you. This song is just so wow. I really liked getting down with, and what can I say? It's a catchy little song. I liked its futuristic feel and what have you. I mean, believe me, way before Taylor Swift even did something like that, you know. Even so, I think this song's a pretty good tune. Number 13 is Party for Two. Released as the first single from Shania's Greatest Hits album in 2004, and this song was released in two different forms, country and pop. The country version featured Billy Currington, who was actually label mates with Shania on Mercury Records, while the pop version featured Mark McGrath, best known for being the frontman of the rock band Sugar Ray, who of course was best known for some great songs like Fly, Every Morning, Someday, yeah, and lots of others. Anyway, the song would become a gold single for her, and what can I say? I mean, it was just released on all the different formats of charts and what have you. The song, however, unfortunately, would be Shania's last song to reach the top 10 in the country chart, reaching number 7. But even so, I still thought it was pretty good, though. But however, that song was still a big success in Canada, though. Yeah. But still, this song was pretty much of a kicking one. I don't get to hear this one much either. Number 12 is Forever and For Always. Released as the third single from Up in the US, although this was the fourth single overall because after Up was released, the song Ka-Ching was released, but it wasn't released in the US. But that would factually be an honorable mention, but I'm not counting that. It was not released as a single in North America, thank you. Even so, this song was still a big success. It went gold, and also I do love this. And she shot the music video for this in New Zealand, directed by Paul Boyd, who recently did the video for "I'm Gonna Get You Good" as well as "When You Kiss Me," which also would factually be an honorable mention. But anyway, the song did pretty well. It eventually become a big success in Canada, and eventually it was her fourth most successful single on the Billboard Hot 100. Yes, as a matter of fact. Huh. Yeah, the song reached number 20 and made the top 5 on the country chart. So eventually, it gave her another great song. This was a very good, amazing song. I loved listening to it when I got the Up album. It was pretty good. I still preferred hearing the country version. I didn't listen to the pop one much. Number 11 is Honey, I'm Home. Released originally as the fifth single in the US from Come On Over and as the sixth single overall, because after the, the fourth single, she released the tune Win in some countries, but it wasn't released in the US. This song was actually a pumped up kicking tune and what have you. And well, the music video featured various performances, in a concert and what have you, which the video documented the entire show she did in Louisville, Kentucky. Unlike the music videos for Come On Over and Rock This Country, which, was also an honorable mention in ways, but even so, I think this song's pretty catchy. I kind of refrain from hearing this because it does have some lyrics that kind of turn me on a little. But even so, it's pretty good. I a friend of mine has this on her iPod, and if I had my MP3 player for me, I would have loved to have had a collision of this and Def Leppard's Rock of Ages. That would have been cool, though, don't you think? Yeah, well, Honey, I'm Home, it did pretty well. Unfortunately, the song would become Shania's last song to top the country chart. As much as I hate to say it, but, well, it's not too bad of a song. Number 10 is Don't. Released as the second single from Shania's Greatest Hits album in 2005, this song, I'm going to say, is easily an underrated tune of hers. The song unfortunately only made it to 24 on the country chart. But anyway, the song was included in the end credits to the film An Unfinished Life, which came out the same year, as well as America, which was a Brazilian soap opera. Now, I really loved the music video, which Shania shot in Mexico, and I think it was very good. Walking around this here um Cantaril Hotel and Yucca Plantation, yeah, I really liked Shania. She looked lovely in that red dress, and once again walked around the hotel wearing a white dress and a corset. Well, which that factory was reasonable, unlike some singers who just wore a booming corset, which I was not too thrilled with. Don't bother asking, because I ain't going to get into no details on that, thank you. But Don't, I feel like, is easily an underrated song, but I think it's just so amazing. Number 9 is Dance with the One That Brought You. Releases the second single from Shania's self-titled debut in 1993. This song eventually was a minor hit, reaching 55, just like the first single, which that's still to come. Well, even so, the song was written by Sam Hogan and Gretchen Pierce, who, of course, would later go on to write songs like Martina McBride's Independence Day and Faith Hill's The Secret of Life. Yeah. Anyway, the music video was directed by Sean Penn. That's right, you heard me correctly, as in the actor. I actually didn't know it was him. I was checking my source in my really something. Also, if you watch the video closely, you'll also see Charles Durning, who of course, I knew him best as Doc Hopper from the Muppet movie, and also he played oh, hang on, I'm trying to see um just a second. Pappy O'Daniel in Oh Brother Where Art Thou? Yep. I hadn't seen that video in years, but I actually do have a video cassette of The Woman in Me, which featured, well, the first few videos for the first three singles from the Woman in Me album, plus all three videos for the songs from Shania's first album. But I'm gonna say it's definitely a pretty good song, which it could have gotten the attention it got. Oh well. Still, Shania's album managed to go platinum years later as The Woman in Me became a success. Number 8 is From This Moment On. Released as the fourth single from Come On Over, this song eventually became a gold single. The song made number 6 on the country chart and number 4 on the US chart. Now, there were two different versions. There was a solo version and a duet with Oklahoma country boy Brian White, who of course was big at the time. Anyway, the song also went on to top the adult contemporary chart, becoming her second song to do that after You're Still the One, which the predecessor to this, which that's still to come. But I will say that I thought it was pretty good and what have you. Well, apparently, Shania wanted Elton John to collaborate with her, but instead they got Brian White. And actually, they thought this would also be perfect for Celine Dion as well. Oh well. But anyway, and Paul Boyd, who would later go on to direct other Shania videos, directed this. I will say it was pretty good and what have you. I didn't feel too comfortable when somehow MTV got the rights to this, even though I was comfortable with it being on VH1, certainly. But MTV, no. I just don't feel happy when they get country vids on behind my back, even though they cross over into the pop charts. But from this moment on, I haven't heard it since some time, but it's still a nice song. Number 7 is What Made You Say That. Releases the first single from Shania's self-titled debut. This song, of course, I feel like is underrated. Written by Tony Haslin and Stan Muncy Jr., this was the first song from Shania. It was originally recorded by country singer and actor Wayne Massey about 4 years before this. Well, and its music video was kind of controversial at the time as well. But even so, it was pretty good and what have you. I found out from my source, Avril Lavigne did cover it, but this was before she even brought out Complicated. But even so, it's sassy, buoyant, catchy, and all that jazz. I think it's a pretty good tune. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. The music video was directed by Stephen Goldman, who directed numerous country videos. I think it's just a cool, catchy song. Number 6 is Who's Better Have Your Boots Mounder. Released as the first single from The Woman in Me, this is the song that put Shania on the map in the US. The song unfortunately missed the top 10 in the country chart, reaching number 11, but however became her first number 1 country in Canada. And this is the song, of course, that introduced me to her, and I really did enjoy it and what have you. The single went gold and what have you, and was just so much catchy. John Derek directed the music video, and I especially liked, the atmosphere of it, as it was done in California. Santa Ynez, I think that's how you'd pronounce it, but if I did mispronounce that, I am sorry. But anyway, I really love Shania in that red dress walking around in a smoky restaurant in the country. Oh, wow. Interacts with the various men in the restaurant. She's invisible to them. Oh, well, even so, I think this song's just so catchy. I do get to hear it a lot, but I usually refrain from it, but it's just so catchy and all that jazz. I really do love this song. If it hadn't been for this song, I wouldn't have gone to like Shania at all. Top 5. Number 5 is If You're Not In For Love, I'm Out of Here. Also from The Woman Me. This was released as the 4th single. Now, there were 3. Now, and it was the first single to be promoted with 3 different mixes worldwide to cater to international genre demand. Anywho, let's see. Yeah, this song's pretty good and what have you, and it had a lot of good kick and what have you. Unfortunately, it got butchered down a few seconds. It pains me. Nevertheless, by that I mean the radio, but nevertheless, the song still proved to be pretty good. It actually did put out a Mutt Lang mix and a dance mix, as a matter of fact, which that was pretty cool. But even so, I thought this was very good. And a couple years later, the The Euro dance group known as Real McCoy, who of course was best known for doing the cover of the 70s classic Come and Get Your Love, covered this song. It's just I'm out here. Anyway, the song went on to become Shania's second song to top the country chart, where it was #1 for 2 weeks. It also topped the radio and records chart for 2 weeks as well, making her the first female artist to do that, I do believe, before Faith Hill even followed with It Matters to Me. But I think I might have been wrong. Oh well. #4 is You're Still the One. Released as the third single from Come On Over, this song was a mega hit. It was a powerful ballad of a love song, and it was her first single to be released to pop radio. Well, the song was recognized as Shania's most successful crossover single, despite reaching #2 on the Billboard Hot 100. But however, it went on to become a #1 hit for her on the country chart. It also became her first song to hit the top of the adult contemporary chart as well. Yeah. Apparently, You're Still the One got started too so long thanks to two R&B songs, Too Close by Next, and of course, probably one of the great songs that I really loved, The Boy Is Mine by Brandy and Monica. Nevertheless, the song still proved to be a success and one of Shania's best-selling singles of all time. #3 is You Lay a Whole Lot of Love on Me. Released as the third and final single from Shania's self-titled debut, written by Hank Beach and Forrest Borders II. The tune was originally recorded by several artists, including Tom Jones. I'm not sure if it's the Tom Jones. Let me check. Yes, I was just checking my source. But anyway, I have to say, unlike the first two singles, this song failed to chart. So I consider this to be the top most underrated single of Shania's. This song should have done well. I love this song to death, and I especially love the music video. You gotta watch it. It's very good, and I especially, well, love some parts of it, but you'll know when you see it. But this song is just so amazing. I really do love this song. Don't hate me for having this so high, but hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinions, you know. #2 is A Man of Mine. Released as the second single from The Woman in Me. This song was actually originally released as the B-side to Who's Have Your Boots Bounder until it was released as a single of its own. Anyway, the song eventually became a big success. The song would go on to be Shania's first song to top the chart. And I gotta tell you, this song was perfect for dance clubs with its high-tech hoedown. But anyway, the lyrics are absolutely funny and what have you, and I especially do love hearing this song sometimes. I don't hear it a whole lot as much as I used to. I actually remember my last year in high school, the cheerleaders at my high school surprised me by requesting this on one of our country stations after this was so big. Even so, I thought it was pretty fun. It was a pretty big surprise, too. Of course, until soon this song was spoofed by Cleus T. Judd as he brought us If Shania Was Mine a few years later. Anyway, but it wasn't the first time. Some DJ in Minnesota did a parody of it too. But even so, Hey Man Mine, definitely a good song. And like Who's Bad Your Boots Bounder, it went gold in the US. Number 1 is Love Gets Me Every Time. Released as the first single from Come On Over, this song was a blast. I remember watching the video when it first premiered on CMT's Delivery Room program. This song was just so kicking. The song was originally supposed to be called Gall Darn Gun Done It, but it was altered because of its difficulty to pronounce. Nevertheless, the song regards falling in love despite numerous attempts to evade it. But this up-tempo number that prominently features Phil is just so cool. And believe me, last year I finally got to revisit this song. I haven't heard this song in years. But anyway, it's just so cool. And I gotta say, the song went on to be Shania's most successful hit on the country chart. The song went to the number 1 and stayed there for a whole month, 5 weeks, which eventually made her the first female artist to do that in some time before Faith Hill even accomplished that with Breathe, or Martina McBride with I Love You. Anyway, this song's just so catchy. But they still use the gall darn gun done it in the chorus and what have you. But Love Gets Me Every Time, it's just a perfect tile. I love this song. It's just so catchy, it's kicking, and let me tell you, it's just so much fun. Believe me, you classic country stations, you gotta get your heads out of the clouds. We need this song back on the radio. This song is so awesome. I love it. So, anyway, the song did pretty well, as I've already mentioned. The song went gold, of course, the single, I mean, sorry. But even so, that, of course, would be off Come On Over, which, of course, was the most successful album and best-selling by a woman, going diamond platinum 2 times, which easily outbeat various other female artist albums like Whitney Houston's soundtrack to The Bodyguard and Alanis Morissette, another Canadian, her breakout album, Jagged Little Pill. Anywho, now you know that my number 1 favorite Shania song is Love Gets Me Every Time. So, what's your favorite Shania Twain song? Please tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my schedule for March, which is gonna be my Mega Macho March. Kind of a big mouthful, huh? Anyway, thank you for watching. If you'd like, check out these other recent rankings I've done. The upper left-hand corner is my ranking of Martina McBride songs. The upper right-hand corner is my Faith Hill songs ranking, or catch what you might have missed earlier. In the bottom left-hand corner, my ranking of Celine Dion songs. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.